Ranger, here another episode of Lone Ranger Sports. This episode is catching up a bit with gymnastics. We're doing their road match in the dual meet when they took on BYU on the road on January 16th. And also recapping in the same episode their road meet and the quad meet action at the Air Force Academy on January 23rd, where they took on Air Force, Eastern Michigan, and Kent State. The Broncos took on BYU in front of 2679 fans. For the home team BYU, they started off on the vault with Daisy Stephenson, secure 9.725, Maya Kirkham at 9.725, Ava Jorgensen 9.825, Deb Silva 9.85, Scarlett Sonnenberg with 9.75, Michaeli Iaquinto with 9.8. For team score 48.95. Rotation 2, they're on the vault, or the beam, or the bars should say, UB of balanced bars with Maya Kirkham with 9.775, Alan Glazier 9.625, Deb Silva 9.775, Kylie Iaquinto with 9.9, Ava Jorgensen 9.775, and Alila Alvarado with 9.725 for team score 48.95. Running score after 2 rotations 97.9. Third rotation, BYU was on the beam. Scarlett Sonnenberg with a 9.825, Hazel Smith 9.7, Ava Jorgensen 9.725, Chloe Hook 9.825, Alila Alvarado 9.825, and Brinley Anderson Brookman 9.925 for team score 49.125, running score of 147.025. Their final rotation was on the floor with Scarlett Sonnenberg at 9.825, Chloe Hook 9.75, Eva Jorgensen 9.725, Brinley Anderson Brookman 9.9, Deb Silva with 9.9, along with Kylie Iaquinto as well 9.9s. Team score for 9.25, 275, final total 196.3. Ava Jorgensen for BYU completed the all-around, getting an all-around score there 9.05. For the Broncos started off the evening on the bars with Gully Buell getting 9.7, Noel Ball 9.1, Mary Nero with 9.775, Malia Werling 9.75, Christina Shinikova 9.75, and Kelly Hamby with 9.85 for team score 48.825. Second rotation, Broncos were on the vault with Cindy Cole getting 9.65, Mariah Nero 9.775, Bridget Kemp 9.775, Lexi Keffel 9.575, Julia Kraswansky 9.775, Noel Ball 9.7. Team score 48.675, running score after 2 rotations 97.5. Broncos on the floor third rotation, Bradley Lucas 8.75, Mariah Nero 9.7, Delaney Reeves 9.85, Anna Ferguson 9.8, Bridget Kim 9.775, Blake Pascal 9.85. Team floor exercise score 48.975, running score to 3, 146.475. Broncos finished on the beam, Julie Kraswansky 9.175, Bradley Lucas 9.675, Mariah Nero 9.825, Christina Shinikova 9.725, Cindy Coe 9.725, and Cindy Leach 9.6 for team score 48.55, and final team score 195.025. Meaning that Broncos did lose on the road to BYU, and a 0-2 start to the season for the Broncos. Marinero did compete in the all-around and got a 39.075. So Marinero was the all-around champion. It was a sweep for the vault for BYU. Deb Silva coming in first with 9.85. Ava Jorgensen in second with 9.825. Kylie Iaquinto with 9.8. And 3 Broncos tied for fourth with 9.775s, with that being Mariah Nero, Bridget Kemp, and Julia Kraswansky. On the bars, Kylie Iaquinto was the champion with 9.9. Kelly Hamby, the Broncos, came in second with 9.85. Multi-weight tie for third with 9.775. For BYU was Maya Kirkham, Deb Silva, and Ava Jorgensen. For the Broncos, it was Mariah Nero. On the beam, Brinley Anderson Brookman of BYU was the champion with 9.925. Multi-weight tie for second with 9.825. For BYU was Scarlett Sonnenberg, Chloe Hook, and Alila Alvarado. For the Broncos was Mariah Nero. On the floor, multi-weight three-weight tie for first with 9.9s. All from BYU was Brinley Anderson Brookman, Dip Silva, and Kylie Iaquinto. Two-weight tie for fourth with 9.85s. From the Broncos was Dylan Reeves and Blake Pascal. Gib Miranda was the all-around champion of that meet. And looking at the recap of the BYU game, of note, Mariah Nero's all-around champion is the first time a Bronco has won the all-around, and especially she is the first Bronco freshman to win an all-around title since Courtney McGregor, who accomplished on February 17, 2017. And that was the program's first all-around title for Bronco Gymnastics since February 5, 2022, when the current director of operations, Soap Masiato, earned the crown at BYU. Nero's all-around score 399.075 is highest for Broncos gymnast since February 13, 2021, when Masiato notched 39.175 against Utah State. Dylan Reeves notched a career high 9.85 on the floor, second career routine on the apparatus. Kelly Hamby 9.85 on bars, finishing second, tying the sixth best bar score for career. Blake Pascal 9.85 on the floor, was 12th time in a career she had scored at least 9.85 on the floor. Bridget Kemp's 9.775 on the vault, tied the second highest score for career on the apparatus. Again, this was a recap from BYU, and now for the quad meet against Air Force, East Michigan, and Kent State. There was competing on the 24th of January, 10 at 6:28 at the Air Force Academy. The home Air Force Falcons started off on the vault with Gabrielle Hartley leading off with 9.65, Sarah Willis with 9.7, Olivia Rife with the 9.675, Kylie Green with the 9.775, Alyssa Bigler with the 9.775, Maggie Salai with the 9.8. Team score 48.725. Their second rotation was on the bars with Claire Wallace getting 9.725, Chelsea Boyer 9.75, Gabrielle Harley 9.675, Alyssa Bigler 9.725, Kelly Green 9.8, and Maggie Salai 9.9. For Team B, bar score 48.9. Running score after two 97.625. Air Force's third rotation was on the beam with their McDermott 9.75, Gabrielle Hartley 9.7, Alyssa Bigler 9.925, Maggie Salai 9.675, Kylie Green 9.8, Anna Beckett 9.475. Team bar score 48.85. Running score after 3 146.475. Air Force finished on the floor with Anna Beckett again 9.725, Gabrielle Hartley 9.575, Sue Willis 9.7, Kylie Green 9.625, Angus Life 9.875, Melissa Bigler 9.825. Team floor score 48.75. Running score and final score for Air Force was a 195.225. Air Force had 4 competitors doing all around with Gabrielle Hartley get 38.6, Kylie Green 39, Melissa Bigler 39.25, Megan Life also with 39.25. The Broncos start off on the bars with Carly Buell leading off at 9.575, Noah Ball 9.7, Mariah Nero for 9.425, Malia Werline 9.6, Christina Shinikova 9.7, and Kylie Henry with 9.8. 14 scored 48.375. Circulation Broncos on the beam. Carolyn Lucas 9.6, Isabel De La Rosa 9.75, Mariah Nero 9.775, Christina Shinikova 9.725, Cindy Coe 9.7, and Cindy Leach 9.75. 14 bar score or beam score of 48.55, running score up to 2 with 96.925. Third rotation, Brooks on the floor with Cindy Leach getting a 9.525. Marinero 9.525 had a 1 point deduction or 0.1 deduction to Lena Reeves 9.675, Anna Ferguson 9.65, Bridget Kemp 9.7, and Blake Pascal 9.825 for team score 48.375 on the floor. Running score to 3 145.3. And the Broncos finished in the vault. Cindy Coe 9.825, Marinero 9.7, Bridget Kemp 9.775, Lexi Caffel 9.725, same Noel Ball and Isabella De La Rosa 9.7. Team vault score 48.75. Running final score for the Broncos went at 4.05. Marinero all around score 38.425. For Kent State, they start on the beam with Zoe Rankin 9.25, Maya Miglior with a 9.65, Danny Fortes 8.85, Gabby Riley 9.65, Ashley Morgan 9.625, Heidi Schultz 9.775, team score 47.95. Check rotation on the floor, Zoe Rankin 9.65, Nastia Nitskaya 9.525, Danny Fortes 9.625, Jersey Bingman 9.75, Ashley Morgan 9.725, Charlie Boehner 9.75. Floor exercise, team floor exercise 48.5. Running score 96.45. The rotation was on the fold with Zoe Rankin 9.625, Avery Compson 9.575, Ashley Morgan 9.575, Taylor Archibald 9.725, Jersey Bingman 9.7, Charlie Boehner 9.8, team vault 48.425, running score to 3 144.875. And Kent State finished on the bars with Danny Fortes 9.725, Sophia Balco 9.575, Maya Miglior with the 9, Liddy Schultz 9.75, Nastia Runitskaya 9.475, Michele Boehner 9.75. Team score on the bars 48.275. Final score 193.15 for Kent State and for Eastern Michigan. They start off on the floor. Kyrie Lowe 9.775, Sana Evans 9.15, Savannah Dunwoody 9.575, Macy Nehart 9.65, Priya Karl with 9.75 or 9.575, and Abby Bushwood with 9.875 for team score 48.45. Citation are on the vault with Abby Brushwood with 9.7, Kyrie Lowe with 9.675, Gwendolyn Cantu 9.725, Savannah Dunwoody 9.7, Kendall Landry 9.725, George Slack 9.675, team vault 48.525, running score 96.975. Their rotation was on the bars with Jacqueline Patterson with 9.2, Zana Evans with the 9.05, Gwendolyn Cantu with 9.675, Analia Solario 9.55, Keely Kohler 9.725, Kyrie Lowe with the 9.8. Team bar score 47.95, running score 3 144.925. Final rotation on the beam, Captain Childress 9.875, Keely Kohler 9.85, Mason Nehart 9.45, Jacqueline Patterson 9.625, Analia Solario 9.8, and Kyrie Lowe 9.675. Team beam score 48.825. Final score 193.75 for Eastern Michigan. Kyrie Lowe with a 38.925 all around. Broncos finished second. Air Force first with an Air Force 195.225 at first. Broncos second, 194.05. East Michigan third, 193.75. Kent State fourth for 193.5. After that event, the Broncos were now 2-4 overall. Again, wins over Eastern Michigan, Kent State. 2-3 overall, I should say. With 2 wins, with those wins being Eastern Michigan, Kent State losses to the season opening loss against Edson, Utah, and loss against BYU, and then the loss against Air Force, which does count to the conference. So after that Air Force quad meet, they were 0-1 in conference. Results: Sidney Coe was the fall champion, which was the first individual champion for the Broncos this season, with 9.825. Maggie Salife of Air Force and Charlie Boehner of Kent State both tied for second with 9.8. Multi-weight tied for fourth with Kylie Green and Alyssa Bigler of Air Force, and Bridget Kemp of the Broncos all tied for 9.775s. On the bars, Maggie Salife of Air Force was a champion with 9.9. Three-way tie for second with Kylie Green of Air Force, Kylie Hamby of the Broncos, and Kylie Lowe of Eastern Michigan, getting 9.8. Multiple ties for fifth with Chelsea Boyer of Air Force, Heidi Schultz of Kent State, Jelly Burner of Kent State, all-time fifth with 9.75s. For the beam, Lisa Bigler of Air Force was champion with 9.925. Kenton Childress of Eastern Michigan took second with 9.875. Keely Kohler of Eastern Michigan with 9.85 for third. Two-way tie for fourth place with Kylie Green of Air Force and Analia Solario of the Eastern Michigan tying for fourth with 9.8. And for the floor, Maggie Slife of the Air Force and Nia B. Brushwood of Eastern Michigan both tied for first. 9.875. Celissa Bigler of Air Force and Blake Pascal of the Broncos tied for third with 9.825s, and Kyrie Lowe of Eastern Michigan took fifth with 9.775. In terms of all around, Melissa Bigler, Maggie Salife tied for first with their 9.25s. Kelly Green took third with another 9.0. Kyrie Lowe took fourth with 38.925. Gabrielle Harley took fifth with 38.6, and the Broncos' Mariah Nero finished sixth with a 38.425. In terms of their recap, from BroncoSports.com, Sydney Cole's career high 9.85 earned her the vault crown for first time this season. 2 career wins on the vault. Cole's 9.825 on vault matches Julie Kraswinski's Gen 9 score for the Broncos' highest mark in the apparatus this season. Kelly Hamby, bars, and Blake Pascal floor. Teams' high scores in their respective events for third straight meet. Both scoring 9.8 or higher in all three competitions. Through the Air Force quad meet. Bridget Kemp tied her season high on vault with 9.775 in the Air Force quad meet. Isabella De La Rosa made her debut in Boise State's beam, 9.75 on vault and 9.7 lineups. Lexi Keffel notched a career high 9.725 on vault. Noah Ball recorded season high 9.7 bars. This is Broncos' first time competing against Eastern Michigan, second against Kent State. The Broncos winning the previous matchup at the NCAA Regionals in 2018 against the Kent State Golden Flashes. So again, this episode was just recapping gymnastics dual meet at BYU and their road meet at the Air Force, their quad meet. After those two, the Broncos sat at 2-3 and won the next ensuing ones. We'll be recapping their home opening quad meet last week and their quad meet this week that that they competed in about like 6 hours ago because almost 2 a.m. on February 7th, and on February 6th they hosted their second quad meet of the year.